Alright, in this video, I will be going over all of the different tools you can use to be a better Dynasty Fantasy Football manager in your league. Along with that, I'll be going over all the resources and everything that I use to make good decisions and help me with trades and all sorts of stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first tool is going to be Keep Trade Cut. It's just decent, I would say decent trade calculator. Helps you know the value of a player for a trade. Obviously, Keep Trade Cut is based off of player or people's rankings or just the everyday fantasy manager. So let's say Tyreek Hill's having a down game, so he's going to be worth less in uh, in this trade calculator. So it's not great for future assets. It's just great for the here and now market. And along with that, they have a lot of other tools. As you can see, I don't use these a ton, but you can look at them. And you can put on Superflex, you can do tight end premium, and yeah, I believe that's it for this. This is one, you just get a baseline. This is probably what everybody uses, but it helps you get a baseline for what players are worth in trades. But now let's go to the better calculator. I like Flock Fantasy, along with a lot of other tools, which are really nice, like the My Teams, which you can import your league, as you can see, and see like where everyone is sitting. Along with that, it does have its own calculator, and the nice part about Flock Fantasy is this is heavily geared towards Dynasty, so the rankings of players and their values will be more in the future focused rather than the here and now, even though that's part of it. And so this one helps you get a really good read on what players are worth. So it takes into account of age, production, team, everything that's going on, situation, everything like that. And the rankings and the just the values, I guess, in it are done by a collection of experts which I know and trust, and they're really good at what they do. So with the next one we'll do is Dynasty Daddy. This is just a really good tool for, again, trade finders, trade calculator, but also let's go to JFL here. You could find your league power rankings. It shows you all that. It shows you basically everybody on the team, various values, your winners, your ranks at various positions. If you're a contender or if you're a fraud, you're frisky, trust the process. Those are different ones. And let's see. There's like player statistics, all sorts of stuff, and you can play some like fun trivia stuff too on it. This is a really great tool that you can again use to evaluate your trades, like how good a player is, wins over replacement, trade value charts, all sorts of stuff. This is another great tool. See, it actually gives you uh, kind of like a description of each player. So, like Justin Jefferson's in the elite category, Lamar Jackson's a league breaker. This isn't necessarily saying how good they are in real life, it's just how good they are in relation to fantasy football. With that being said, let's go to the next one. Fantasy Pros don't use this one as much, but it does give you some nice rankings, dynasty rankings, average draft position, stuff like that. That stuff isn't as relevant right now. Week 1 rankings, though, because they know the matchups. So they're showing the week 1 rankings, and if it's a good starter sit, they have like starter sit options, which are interesting. And this and Flock Fantasy, you can pay for more premium stuff where they post all sorts of strategies and draft guides. If you want it, you can pay for it. I don't pay for them, but they are very helpful. And the nice part about Fantasy Pros is you can sync your league in and see how you do versus everybody else. The next tools will all be on YouTube. And so this is my favorite tool to use is the Fantasy Stock Exchange. They do videos on pretty much everything. You've probably seen me post this video. They do so many videos that are helpful. Just talking about players. They're going through and doing their own drafts and they're putting money on them like this one. So it's kind of fun to watch. Just it's a good place to go to gauge the market on players. One thing that I like about the Fantasy Stock Exchange YouTube is that for start and sit and uh, during the season, the weekly rankings, they will go over each positions and then especially for wide receivers, what cornerbacks they're going to be facing, how good those corners are at man or zone, if the player's good at man or zone, all sorts of stuff like that that's super in depth and will help you make really good decisions in this league. The next one I would say is Flock Fantasy by Mason Dodd. He's also the creator of Flock Fantasy, the website, but he also has his own YouTube. So he's very good at what he does, puts a lot of money down in fantasy football. So he's currently doing a live 2025 fantasy draft. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, he does quarterback rankings, like the best guys to have in Dynasty, all that stuff. Another great one if you're looking into that. And then another one, Sal Vetri. He's like maybe one of the most well-known fantasy football channels, but he does a lot of good rankings, hidden gems, sleepers, all sorts of stuff like that. So this is another good one to watch. And with all of these tools in your arsenals, you should be able to use them to make trades and make the best picks in this league. Sometimes with trades, it's not necessarily the trade calculators comes down. The trade that Mystery Meat and I did was I was actually losing per the a trade calculator because Nico Collins is so valuable. But I needed a tight end and I need some backup running back help, so that pushed it over the edge for me to do that trade. So yeah, use all these and I will put them in the description of the video. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.